All right, let's leave a little bit more detail for Judge Emmet Sullivan. I think I could have done a better job at describing how they withheld exculpatory evidence. Yeah, right. 202-354.
Sorry. Is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hello, Judge Sullivan, Chambers. My name is Rudy Davis, phone number 972-839-9848. I'm calling. I noticed that you have a standing Brady order on your website, which indicates that all prosecutors should turn over all evidence. You had Hank Schulke investigate Senator Ted Stevens' prosecutors. I left you a voicemail earlier, but I need to give you specifics. His name is Francis Schaefer Cox. He's been in prison for 6 years as an innocent man. He's got 20 more years left on his sentence. The same prosecutors that you disciplined in Ted Stevens' case, the same prosecutors withheld exculpatory evidence in the case of Francis Schaefer Cox. The evidence that they held was government informants. There was audio recordings of Francis Schaefer Cox saying things like he doesn't want to pursue violence. He would rather pull a Gandhi than a Rambo. There's also evidence that the informants threatened the life of Schaefer Cox. Francis Schaefer Cox was set up as a government target because of his inflammatory speech regarding the Second Amendment, liberty, standing up for the United States Constitution, and basically just standing for the founding principles that this country was built upon. And the Obama administration, who sent out that lexicon to all law enforcement officials, they targeted people of the sovereign citizen movement. But when Schaefer Cox his actions proved that he never intended to murder anybody. There was never any victim, therefore there's no crime. Schaefer Cox was trying to get out of the country, not murder anybody. They put weapons in his hand at the time they arrested him. They withheld evidence from the jury of audio recordings that he did not want to commit any 241 plan. He did not want to commit any violence, that he wanted to pull a Gandhi. Not only that, but there was a recording by Bill Fulton, who was one of the government informants, and the prosecutors asked Bill Fulton to destroy that evidence. Okay, so there was tremendous amount of exculpatory evidence that were withheld, and this is the same people that you disciplined for Senator Ted Stevens, the same people that were disciplined for Vic Kohlring and Pete Cott, the same people that are written about in Sidney Powell's book, License to Lie, Exposing Corruption in the Department of Justice. They withheld exculpatory evidence and did not let Francis Schaefer Cox present his defense in its entirety. Yes, he was a member of the militia. Yes, he was a gun enthusiast. Yes, he loved the Second Amendment. But that does not mean that he was intending or planning to murder anybody.
He also won a three-way race with 38%.
Francis Schaefer Cox also won a three-way race at 38% to run for Alaska State Representative. He was a rising Liberty star. I'll ask you to consider this question as well. The Department of Justice put Francis Schaefer Cox and labeled him a domestic terrorist and put him in a CMU prison for 3.5 years, Communication Management Unit prison. Just within the past 20 days, they moved him to solitary confinement so he cannot discuss his case with anybody. His appeal was due at the end of August, and now he doesn't have access to the law library for his appeal. The warden of his prison is Maureen Baird. There's a news article about her flipping her car. She was 3 times the legal limit for alcohol, and they never even charged her with drunk driving. Do you think something's wrong with the picture? Do you think Maureen Baird is above the law? Do you think that Karen Loeffler and Steve Scrocky and Joseph Bottini and Yvonne Lamoureux are all above the law? We need someone in our judicial system that will stand up and do the right thing. Hank Schulke, you may have respect for him, and he may have written a 500-page report, but the bottom line is Joseph Bottini and everybody in the Polar Pen prosecutor team, nobody was ever held accountable. Lois Lerner, nobody was ever held accountable. Nobody's ever held accountable in the Obama administration, and yet Francis Schaeffer Cox, the son of a Baptist minister, his father went to West Point. Francis Schaeffer Cox is rotting away in solitary confinement. There's something not right with his picture. They withheld exculpatory evidence. He was
for a recording. Finish your recording after the tone.
Francis Schaeffer Cox is an innocent man in prison, and you, sir, are a judge that knows the evil prosecutors and how they withhold exculpatory evidence, and he has a good chance if you'll stand up and speak for him and do the right thing. I pray that you ask your Creator.
The maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, your message has been sent. If you would like to try an extension, you may...
All right, his phone number is 202-354-3260. I pray that you just flood Judge Emmet Sullivan with your voicemails about Francis Schaeffer Cox. Thank you.